Hey, what's going on? Today I'm going to be doing some black gel coat repairs to my 2003 Seadoo GTX Supercharged. I'm going to be using Evercoat gel coat. With that I'll be using liquid hardener, be using black dye. To apply it and stir it I'll be using some popsicle sticks and an old BMO debit card. This particular brand requires 12 drops of hardener per 1 ounce of gel coat paste. So I've got this little like fast food plastic container. It's actually exactly 2 ounces. So you just fill it to halfway, then add in the dye. You get nice and black to match the bottom of your machine. Then you apply the hardener. You wait like, it says 15 minutes, but after like 12 minutes, it starts to get thick. And then you can start applying it and you can smooth it out with the credit card. I'll be showing you guys step by step, but obviously I'm not going to make you sit there and watch paint dry. We'll rush through that part. Here's what the gel coat looks like in the jar. Looks like a little jar of honey. A little taste. Alright, I'll joke aside. Get this thing about half full. Some people wear gloves and it comes off. Worst case, you use some dish soap and some emery cloth. If it comes to that, but it shouldn't. You use hot water, some soap, and some fingernail action. Right, that's about half. At this point, there's no hardener in it, so you can just take your time. Now, the dye says 1 part dye per 20 ounce gel coat. No, give me the thick stuff, man. Look like a spaz yet? No, I don't think this will be dark enough, but let's see. It's looking pretty good. New flavor of pudding, black licorice flavor. Yeah, it's looking pretty dark, pretty black. Well, the hull's also been faded down there. So if it's not jet black, it would be the end of the world. It'll probably blend better. And I gotta add 12 drops of liquid hardener. This gel coat actually comes with its own little ones. I typically buy extra. The last thing you want to do is run out when you're in the middle of a job. Maybe 14 there. Start a timer. Alright, so I don't have too much space to work under here. You always want to start with the trickiest spots first. So back between the bunk support and the axle is the first spot I'm going to hit here. Be a bit tricky to film it because my little tripod doesn't quite fit under here, it's too tall. The second spot I'm going to hit is right above the tripod, right up here. And the third and fourth spots I'm going to hit are right there, and this little mark right here. And I'm undecided on using the remaining gel coat to touch up these nasty scratches on the bottom. We'll see how much I have left. I don't like it to go to waste. Here we are at the 14-minute mark. It's getting pretty thick. It's getting pretty thick now, so I'm gonna get started. Here's how these spots look while they're still wet. A bit of wet sanding should bring the color to a better match once it's dry. That was a nasty one. I actually put some extra on there because it was deep. There's this one up here. That was tricky because there's an edge right here. This one wasn't as deep. This one was just on the surface. And then those nasty scratches down the middle. They're like gouges. Put a thin layer on them. Alright, I'll film more after it's dry. And I'll try to blend it with some wet sanding. That's what's left of the gel coat. There's a lot extra there. Oops, a lot extra there. Normally, I would have spots on my other black holes in mind for it, but I did a cleanup on my holes at the end of last season. If you do get some on your finger, this stuff gets it off pretty good with some paper towel. Always good to keep a bottle of this in your garage. Here's what the repairs look like after 24 hours. So it's very obviously repaired. I'll need to wet sand it to get it to blend a bit better with its surrounding. There's the middle scratches I covered up. And then nasty gouge over here. And the ones on the bow. This is how those spots look after hitting them with 800 grit wet sandpaper and then some Meguiar's flagship marine wax. One there. And this one. This one up here. And that nasty one back here. That was by far the deepest one. So after I finished wet sanding, I took the machine for a rip, and this footage I took after going for that ride. So you can see that the repairs I did, plus the wet sanding, it blends pretty darn good with the existing hull color. It's been a bit faded for being 19 years old. Appreciate you taking the time to check out my gel coat repair process. Please remember to whack that like button. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below.